Hello everyone, today is Monday, December 9th, 2024. So today I traded QQQ and I'm going to tell you exactly how I lost $120 trading today, even though I had the perfect entrance and the perfect exit. So during pre-market, I did box in the pre-market high and the pre-market low, and I also paid attention to what the 5, 13, 48, and 200 EMAs were doing pre-market. Okay, according to pre-market, everything was pretty much consolidating. Price is bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down. So when market opened on the 8:30 candle on the 3-minute chart, and I do trade on the 3-minute chart, I enter on the 3-minute chart and I exit on the 3-minute chart. So on the 8:30 candle on the 3-minute chart, it was red, and it did close most of the body below the 5 EMA, but the EMAs were still sitting above the 200 EMA, which shows me that, hey, this isn't quite ready to break down just yet. And in addition to that, my rectangle was showing me that support is very near, and you never want to jump into a trade when you know that price is sitting at a support level, okay, or a resistance level, okay. So I gave market enough time to kind of level out, and it did just that. So price was able to bounce off that support level and go back to the upside. And so once I saw the 5 and 13 crossover, the 48 and the 200 EMA to the upside, I waited for a candle body, a green candle body, to close above where that cross happened. So I jumped into the trade. If you'll look at your chart for QQQ on Monday, December 9th, 2024, I jumped into the trade for calls. I bought 10 contracts for $35 a piece on the 8:45 a.m. candle on the 3-minute chart. I hope that does not confuse any of you out there who are beginners, but just continue to listen and visually see what I'm saying on the charts, and you will come to understand everything that's going on. It may take you a year or 2 or 3 or 4, but you'll eventually get it. So that's where I entered my trade at, and then I just rolled it out because I don't exit a trade until my exit strategy happens. Okay, win or lose, it doesn't even matter. You want to get into the habit of entering your trade at a particular time or moment or pertaining to your strategy, and exiting at a particular moment pertaining to your strategy. Okay, so price came up, it did reject, and my exit candle did not happen until the 903 candle on the 3-minute chart. So once that happened, I knew that I had to exit, and I did end up losing $120. I was mad about that. I wasn't mad about it. I was just disappointed in my mental that, I lost money today, because Friday I had a really great trading day. Okay. So I exited the trade. I was sulking over the fact that I lost $120 on that. And I was so caught up on thinking about that. What could I have done differently? And then I came to the conclusion that I couldn't have done anything differently, because my entrance was perfect, my exit was perfect according to my trading strategy, okay? A lot of you might think, well, why didn't you just jump out a little bit sooner? Well, I've tried to do that on the 1 minute and 2 minute chart and gauge where the best time is to exit a little bit sooner. But on the 1 and 2 minute chart, it just gives me false information. So I stay away from the 1 and 2 minute chart. I prefer the 3-minute chart. Now, the 5-minute chart, I don't fool with that when it comes to the entrances and the exits, because especially the exits, because if you set your exit strategy on the 5-minute chart, you're going to realize that you could have gotten out way sooner on the 3-minute chart according to your exit strategy. Okay, so like I said, I exited on the 903 candle. Out of those 10 calls contracts, lost $120. Now, my next entrance should have been at 9:12 a.m., but I did not get in there because, according to my strategy, that's where I should have gotten in at. But I was so caught up in my mental, worried about the fact that I just lost $120, that I didn't say, okay, shake that off. Let me regroup. Where's my next entrance opportunity? I didn't do that. I was soaking in my misery, okay? So I actually wound up getting into the trade at 9:30. That was so late, but I got in because, my exit strategy hadn't happened. So that tells me, hey, it's okay to just go ahead and jump into the trade. So I jumped into the trade. I was up like $76, and if I had exited according to my exit strategy, I wouldn't have jumped out on the 942 candle where I did. I was not supposed to jump out of there, but the fact that I saw this huge green candle, which is the 942 candle, it bounced back up once it hit the previous level of support. I kind of got scared and I was like, nope, I'm not about to lose any more money. So I jumped out of the trade. Now, mind you, my exit strategy didn't happen until the 1018 candle. By that time, even though it bounced up on that one candle, it shot back down from the 524.15 area down to the 521.20 area. That was a big opportunity to make my money back that I previously lost on my first trade. Had I just listened to my exit strategy. And on this second trade, I only bought 4 contracts, and I bought those at $32 a piece. Okay. No, $31 a piece. And I sold them at $32 a piece. So I was able to make $4. Yippee. Okay. But I was so caught up on my first trade, even though I had the perfect entrance and exit, that I couldn't focus on the next opportunity right in front of my face on the chart. Okay. I boxed it in and everything and said, okay. But when I boxed it in, the thought in my mind wasn't, okay, go ahead and get into the next trade. My thought was, man, I just lost $120. How could I have done that? And so I'm not going to sulk over that because my entrance was perfect. My exit was perfect. But I am going to sulk over the fact that I didn't listen to my exit strategy on trade number 2 that could have made me $300 for the day. Made back what I lost. So don't get caught up in, if your entrance was perfect and your exit was perfect, don't beat yourself up. Win or lose. Don't beat yourself up. Well, you're not going to beat yourself up if you win. But if you lose, on the flip side, don't beat yourself up. Okay? If you followed your strategy, and you're going to hear that a lot over the course of you learning to trade from other, successful traders. Sometimes your strategy just isn't going to, play out. Even though it gives you the perfect entrance, sometimes, the play just isn't there because there's not enough momentum for it to continue on in that direction. But it's good that you were able to jump in for your perfect entrance. Sometimes it's still probably not going to play out. But the thing is that you listen to what your entrance and your exit points are every single time in the same manner, every single time. Have your checklist out in front of you, written somewhere. Because if you get into a trade and you lose or you get scared, your mind is going to forget all that information that you know that you need to stand by in order to be profitable. But your brain is going to go blank. So have those rules sitting right in front of you so that you can get the best opportunity to make the profit that you need to make or desire to make when you take your trades. Okay. So that you won't be making stuff up on the charts, because if you've back tested enough, if you've been, studying the market enough, if you've been there at market open and majority until market close, and you've been studying and studying and studying, putting in the work 15 hours a day, which is what I did myself, you're going to eventually get to a point where you understand. Okay? You're going to get to a point where you understand, and you're not going to make, you may make mistake after mistake after mistake until you get to the point, man, I'm going to figure this out. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to take my time, not take your time, but I'm going to really dive deep into this and figure out what I'm doing wrong. And if you have the type of mentality, you have the potential to become a profitable trader. Hey, I'm doing it 2 years later, mind you, but I'm doing it. So, yeah, that's how much I could have made. Now, following my exit strategy, I would have made $148 because my exit strategy did not happen until, well, you can have 1 or 2 exit strategies. And I'm trying to figure out which one I want to use. I don't know if I want to exit after price hits above the 13 EMA, or if it's going down a long time, you make a big profit, go ahead and jump out on the 5 EMA, because on the 5 EMA candle close, I would have been up 84 cent, 32, 31, 31, 50, 53 times 4. It still would have been up $200 something. So that would have been great. All right, this is my channel, Kimberly Trades. I hope this has been helpful to you. Check out the chart. Be smart.